Hey, this is Coach Challoner on board Built for Theme Parks, and welcome to another episode of Closed But Not Forgotten. This is the first March Closed But Not Forgotten episode, and I thought I'd start off with an Alton Towers classic. It is, of course, the Corkscrew. Now, the Corkscrew first opened in 1980 at a cost of £1.25 million, built by Dutch manufacturer Vekoma. And fun fact, the general manager at the time, Alton Brown, actually went and experienced a similar type of ride over in Holland. I believe it was at near the factory of Vekoma, and apparently, according to him, he was wondering what the hell he was doing up there before they shot off down. It was apparently a fun ride. So basically, they prepared the site just before Christmas, had Christmas Day off. Of course, you got to have Christmas Day off. And they walked all the way through Boxing Day and the New Year and got the ride ready for just before Easter 1980. So it was a fun ride at the time. Of course, it went through various different things with the area. Of course, that area around the time of the 80s, right up until the end of 1998, was of course Festival Park. Then from 1999, it became known as Ugland. And the cars were repainted a few times, to be fair, from the past days. There was like the classic Corkscrew cars, and then it was all red, and the track was like a really bright yellow, like a proper 90s style. And then from 1999, it was in Ugland, and it got the dinosaur theme and things like that. And it was a fun ride, very, very fun ride. I remember doing it way back in 2007, so it was a while ago now. 2007 and 2008, the last year of operation, of course, of the Corkscrew, which I'll get onto in a bit. Yeah, I remember doing it, but I didn't do it with the classic trains like back in the 90s days. I did it with the dark red trains and the thundery patterns and the aging yellow track and the aging looking supports. So it wasn't the prettiest ride ever, but you never know. Of course, as most of you know, the ride officially closed in 2008 after how many years of operation. It was brilliant. It was a very legendary coaster. It put Alton Towers on the map. It was the first major ride that put Alton Towers on the map, in my opinion. And I think a lot of people, including Alton Towers fanboys and fangirls out there, if you're watching this, hello, will agree with me that this ride was an iconic ride that put Alton Towers on the map for culture and entertainment. So yeah, the ride closed in 2008. And fun fact, actually, the ride has travelled over 850,000 miles, which is, apparently, you can travel to the moon and back at least maybe 4 times. So that's a very nice fact for the Corkscrew. It's been corkscrewed in 2008 when it was demolished, but of course, Thrill-Seeker's got one last ride when the park opened in the winter season for a special day in November to ride the Corkscrew for the very last time. And I do have a bit of an iconic souvenir from the Corkscrew, and it's on my lanyard. I'm going to cover the card because that's my college card, but a uni card, shall I say. But look at that. So that's my iconic Corkscrew badge. 4th of the 4th, 1980 to 9th to the 11th, 2008. Of course, it closed on the 9th of November. So I've got some iconic stuff from the Corkscrew. Very, very nice iconic piece of merchandise. If I could try and find some more stuff, I'd love to get some more merchandise from the Corkscrew at some point. If they're selling it in the Alton Towers shop, when I try and get out there before the summer holidays kick in, which I'm hoping for. I'm trying to get to Alton Towers before the start of the summer holidays, but not sort of away from May half term, but not too close to July, and when the summer rush starts to kick in. So I'm trying to be wary of that. So I would love to get to Alton Towers before the summer rush kicks in. And if they've got some new Corkscrew merch there, maybe I'll have a look and see what they've got on sale. But there we go. So of course, as usual with these Closed But Not Forgotten episodes, you've got to have at least 2 reasons, maybe 1 or 2 reasons, why do we think it closed. First of all, the first reason, in my opinion, is that they didn't get the screams anymore. You know, when it closed, it was only 4 years ago they built Rita. Queen of Speed. So, well, Queen of Speed at the time. Of course, it's now known as Rita, and some of us think it should go, but some of us don't. So it's a very mixed opinion around. But it's getting a lot of big queues still, so I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon. So yeah, Corkscrew doesn't get the screams anymore. Rita, when it was first opened, that got the screams back in that area. Corkscrew, it's like your first legs. It's like when you take your kids for their first thrill legs. It's that first sort of taste of thrills. So it's not. So the adults have sort of been there and done that, but the kids will be this. The kids will only be screaming for a bit, and sort of the adults have already been there and done that. So they won't be, you know, as excited as it was back in the day. So I think that's one of the main reasons why the ride closed. That they haven't got the screams anymore, and they needed to plan something for that area that will get the screams back. And of course we got that with the Ultimate Roller Coaster 13, even though we don't know it's not the Ultimate Roller Coaster. Very poorly marketed in my opinion. I think a lot of people are thinking it was poorly marketed at the time. 13, you know, it was marketed as a bit of a thrill coaster, and you know, it's a bit of a family thrill coaster, because it's a 1.2 metre height restriction. So there we go. Now the second reason why it closed leads me on to that point. Actually, they needed a new plan. They had plans in the works, and unfortunately, with the space they need and the space they need to put the ride in, it meant the Corkscrew's time came to an unfortunate end. So there we go. So that's sort of the two main reasons why I think the ride closed. It wasn't getting the screams anymore, and they had major plans, and it meant the Corkscrew needed to be removed. In my opinion, there is also the point that it was quite rough, it was aging, so it kind of needed to go before it got rougher and unrideable, shall we say, before it did get the queues in. So I think that was, and also with the Corkscrew being removed, I think a lot of Alton Towers fans will agree with me, it was the beginning of a brand new era for the park in 2010 when they opened 13 on Corkscrew's site. It was the beginning of a brand new era. Of course, I will be doing a separate video this close season, the 2019 close season, because of course we're heading into 2020, which means a decade's gone by. So I'm going to be doing a video sort of looking back on the last decade as to what we've experienced as a theme park industry. So I hope you're all excited for that one in loads of months' time. But of course, that's like end of this close season. We're only just getting started this season, so I'm not going to talk any more about that video until it comes to it. So thank you very much for watching my close but not forgotten episode on the Corkscrew. Of course, rest in peace. Of course, I've got the double corkscrews and the tower's entrance. I hope that doesn't go at all. I hope that doesn't get removed, because that's an iconic entrance sign for the Alton Towers Resort, an iconic piece of old era. So thank you very much. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you never miss a video. And for now, my name is Coach Chal, Kittlin the Coast I've been doing, and I'll see you guys in the next video soon. Take care. Have an awesome day.